us about that.
Oh, shut it off a minute.
Okay. Okay, just a second.
Dillinger,
Look right at that when you're
well,
talking.
the most famous robbery in the Middle West that many of you heard about was the robbery of the First National Bank, March 13th, 1934. The largest, First National Bank of Mesa City is the largest bank in northern Iowa, and that's why so much comment was made on it. It was a Dillinger gang and his forces came in, together with Conrad of South St. Paul, and a couple of other
Green was in on it.
Green, yeah.
Homer Van Meter.
Yeah,
John Dillinger.
John Dillinger, that's right. And they came in there 3:30 in the afternoon, and they were in there for 20 minutes. When they came in, Dillinger stood out in front protecting his men from the inside, and he hollered, and the ones that came inside was this little Green,
Wasn't that Green the bat boy for the St. Paul Saints at
yeah,
one time?
yeah. I don't know, at one of them, I can't remember now.
I think you told me way back it was Green.
Green. But anyhow, he was he wasn't too big, and he had a machine gun, and I was in cage 4. When he come in, he hollered, "All you SOBs, get up here in front." And I looked up, and everybody was up there in front with me. I did a lot of hunting, and when they start shooting around you, you want to get down. And that day, they started in collecting the money. When they came in the front door, Walters, the guy that was up over the entryway, he had a plate glass there, 3-inch plate glass, and he started shooting gas bombs. And he could have killed this one guy if he'd wanted to, but he didn't. He shot that gas bomb. So everybody's up in front, and one of them, and then they come back to my cage, and I was still in my cage. And Hamilton, one of the guys, says, "What are you doing in here?" I said, "Well, I don't know." And he says, "My God, you will know. You come on with me." And he brought me up in front, and then Green hollered. He says, "Bring him over here to me." So Green wanted somebody in the middle of the route where he's holding me so they wouldn't shoot him. And when I was there, Green asked me, "Will that man shoot up there?" I said, "No, not as long as I'm here, he won't." And no, then they were two, Hamilton and another guy, rushed back where they was taking money out. Then we had a kind of a catch gate in there so they keep going closed all the time. And that one robber in the vault where they was getting money, he, "Damn you," he says, "Fisher, you give me some bigger bills. These are all ones."
How much did they get from?
They got about
50,000.
a little over that.
A little over $50,000.
And where did they go when they left the First National in Mason City? What was their
They got
next
about
job?
50,000, and then they went. There was a little lady in the vault looking at her securities, and she came out. So they had the car parked right out south of the bank, and 3 of them got in the back seat. This is a car with running boards on the side because this happened years ago. And they come out and they said, "What are you going to do with the woman?" He said, "Oh, shut up, you guys. Get her out there. Don't be killing time. She can lay over the back. You can sit down there, put her over your lap." And she got up to, they got started and went up north a ways. They were surrounded by people on the automobile. And at the corner...
The people on the automobile were standing on the outside of the automobile so that the cops couldn't shoot them.
Yeah. And then we got up to the corner north of the Elks. They turned the corner there to the left. They wasn't in any hurry. So this little lady on the left, she said, "I'm going to throw up." And that one guy said, "Oh my God, stop and let her out." And they stopped and let her off.
Well, the people that lined the running boards, they were holding those people at gunpoint so that the police couldn't shoot at them. Is that right?
Well,
As they
they
made their
told,
getaway.
no, they didn't worry about it. And all these people got on the fender, and they just told them, they said, any one of you jump off of that, your plate, he says, we'll shoot you.
So that's how they made their getaway.
Getaway, see. It was smart. So that, they went out west of town, went south, then they come over 65 and came back east a mile into a
Gravel pit.
Gravel pit. And then they divided up the money. And Conrad, that was another one of the chief guys. He had a Model T Ford, and he drove to Waterloo. And of course, it was on the radio. All of WHO was and KGLO were putting it on the radio. And because he drove it into the filling station and told him to wash it and clean it. Well, there was just a young guy in there, and he just started the job that day. And he's going to do a good job. He lifted up the mat on the, like it used to be on a car there on the front. There was a whole bunch of automobile plates on it. So he knew right away. So he turned it in. Well, Conrad, it had been an hour, and Conrad had gone down somewhere on the street.
While they were working on the car.
Yeah, there was a blind alley, and he came up. He had come back, and he seen that they were gonna. He was surrounded. He started running down a blind alley there. The cop shot him and killed him.
Oh.
So that's it.
That must have been a pretty exciting time for you in the bank. Were you scared?
Not then.
No.
Afterwards, though, you were.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
He came home and he pulled down all the shades in the house, didn't he, Ma?
That's right.
He said he thought they were
I wanna
coming
get
back,
that
huh?
Ma called up the.
Can I differ on it?
Yeah, sure.
Ma called up the.
Let's pick it up.
Ma called up the bank, said he'd like to talk to Bush. She says, we can't, Marine, they're robbing the bank.
The lady
Say
said,
what?
you can't talk to Butch because they're robbing the bank? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Do you remember that when that happened, Grandma?
I can't remember at all.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrible?
What do you,
Yeah, you remember.